I hope you use that as part of the beginning of the podcast. Just everybody talking, and they're like, da, 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 da. And we're ready to start this thing.
Are we live yet?
We are. It is number 16. 16 is my lucky number. I was born on June 16th, so I like this number a lot. So don't screw it up, David.
No promises.
Well, it probably will go poorly.
16 of these things were doing. Oh my gosh!
It seems like I've only done 8.
Surely nobody's listening right
Because
now.
I have only done 8. I murdered the old host. Hi, I'm John Colby. The person you heard me yell at first was David. The person I'll probably yell at some point for playing Candy Crush on his phone is Bryan Clauson. And the person who will make some horrible pun at some point is John Colby. And then next to him is Jonathan Byrd. Welcome to Byrd Brains number 16. How's everybody feeling, guys?
Awesome.
I feel like time for a new clean slate.
Oh, not yet. You have a couple days left. You should really whoop it up from now to December 31st, right? You have a few days to let it all go to heck in a handbasket.
Well,
the clean slate.
It will be my 15th anniversary by the time a listener listens to this podcast.
December 29th, right?
That's right. You're a good memory, sir.
I like numbers. Numbers make sense. So, JB, what are you going to do? What kind of surprise do you have in store?
Well, we don't really have a surprise, but we would love to go to Chicago that week. Are you going to be up there that week? Would that be fun? We hook up, get together?
No, Kayla and I are going to New York.
Oh, okay.
So we won't be there, but I should plan your itinerary of things to do.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Abby's shaking her head yes. Yeah, we walk it down up and down Michigan Avenue, which at this point you don't want to do that.
You don't want to go to Michigan. You go to State Street. It's just a street over, and stuff's cheaper, and there's a little more variety over there.
Well, we don't buy anything. We just look.
Yeah, walk into Nike Town and the Disney store. I get it.
Been there, done that.
Yeah,
Got
I'll
the
plan
t-shirt.
some fun stuff for you to do.
Cool.
Here's my question for everybody. You only have a few more days before your New Year's resolution. So before we talk about New Year's resolutions, how are you going to let yourself go over the last few days? Because for me, I always say I'm going to eat healthier. But now I know I'm actually going to. I'm going to get married on April 2nd. So I have 3 months. And so I'm going to do P90X. So you get 90 days. I've done it before, and it got me in really good shape. And then I got bored, so I quit doing it. But for the next 3 days, I'm going to eat like crap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We will make sure we will deliver fried chicken and coleslaw and biscuits to your door.
Yes. Oh, I could eat probably 12 pieces of chicken with
literally.
I could literally eat a 12-piece meal. If I didn't do sides. If I did sides, I'd want some mac and cheese, so I probably couldn't do 12.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to do to whoop it up, man?
I don't know.
What do you do to cut loose other than Candy Crush and play with your dogs?
You got it.
I know, but I'm saying
Bingo.
But you're really gonna go for it. Like, what do you do for fun?
I go to Pacers games for fun. That's about it.
Oh man.
I don't drink. I don't do anything like that.
I
So I
don't
don't
either.
really go out. I go Pacers games.
What? Okay, if Lauren was in charge, what would you guys do to whoop it up?
Depends on the day. There's some days we'd go out to a bar,
Okay.
and there's some days we wouldn't do anything. We'd stay at home and watch a movie.
Is she the kind of person at a bar just wants to sit and be quiet, or she want to like play pool or
Well,
karaoke?
she wouldn't want to. She really doesn't like going when it's just me because I don't drink and it's
Right. Then it
kind of
makes her
boring.
look like
So
she's
she-
drinking
Yeah,
alone.
then she's like, yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, it'd have to be with like friends or whatever. But
So to clarify for the listener, Lauren doesn't like to go out in public with just
Right.
her boyfriend.
yeah,
Like there has to be other people there to keep it
absolutely.
entertaining.
Absolutely.
All right, so you don't like to whoop it up because you've been mocked and ridiculed. I think Lauren's made your self-esteem go down. It's like you're not good enough in public.
But yeah, basically.
You want to lay down and talk about your feelings?
Kind of.
Put your
Go
feet
for
up.
it, man.
Oh,
And how does that make you feel?
sad.
Yeah. If you were a cloud, would you be raining right now?
No, but I'd be one of those puffy ones that looks like it's going to.
Oh, okay. So so sad. You
Dark
can't even
and
cry.
ominous.
Dark and ominous.
Oh wait, no, that's starting to sound evil. Does that mean you're?
Dark and anonymous.
I don't know.
I'm not going to ask any more questions. What do you do, David, to whoop it up?
I double my intake of chocolate chip cookie dough protein bars. It's just wild, man.
At least if you just stopped at cookie dough, I would be like, all right, that's an unhealthy choice. I'm proud of you. Protein bars. Those things are so chewy, though.
Whoop it up. I'm kind of boring. Actually, I I try to pass myself off as being fairly interesting, but I'm really not.
The most interesting man in my skin.
I had some people earlier this year. I was, talking about some of the things we work on in terms of our racing program and marketing plans, and it was some folks. Their daughter had just graduated with a marketing degree, and I was basically sharing marketing plans, and they were like, "Can we have our daughter shadow you for like 3 months to learn from you?" I'm like, "Well, mostly she would be sitting next to me at my kitchen counter because that's my office, and that's where I spend the majority of my time when I'm at home."
So she's going to spend the next 3 months.
Yeah, that's all.
I hope it's still going to happen.
That's all that would be happening. So
She's like, "Can we go somewhere?" Like, shh.
yeah, that's. I'm kind of boring. I will probably. I may try to run through a couple seasons of Sons of Anarchy. I'm trying to get that done on Netflix.
All right.
Liking that because I'm getting back in the. It's kind of getting me to the point where I'm pretty close to buying another motorcycle. So that might
Inspire the gang that you're going to join.
Yeah.
All right.
Me and BC are going to be out there, and no, actually, he doesn't do two. He only does 4 wheels.
Well,
I forgot.
that's a stricter rule growing
He's
up.
not, he's not allowed to do 2 wheels.
Can you get one of those 4-wheel motorcycle things?
I was
How about
Oh, the trikes are cool.
those little spider Can-Am deals with the 2 wheels in the front and the one?
Yeah,
those
yeah.
are awesome.
Yeah, like an old man out there. So that's probably how I'll spend my last couple of days of the year if I'm not traveling anywhere. I would have. Although I did just get my pool just got finished. I got a new pool in my house, so I can turn that heater on and have some people over and go play some splash fights.
Splash fights.
Splash fight.
Now we're living it up, you guys. It took a few minutes into the podcast before we really started whooping it up.
Maybe a little chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone's getting on somebody's shoulders.
That's right.
Hey, see?
I mean, I'm my wife can hold me up on her shoulders, but maybe it could
Make
happen.
sure it stays in the deeper end. People are lighter in the deep end. Just stay away from the edges. Okay, I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah. So
Whoop it up.
Thanks,
Safety
Dad.
first. Safety first.
And then Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, hosted by Ryan Seacrest, is probably on tap.
Is it still considered Dick Clark's Rockin'
They
Eve?
still call it. Yes.
Do they really?
New
Yeah.
Year's, is it
Can it be Dick Clark's
Rockin',
Memoriam
yeah.
or Memorial New Year's
It was,
Eve?
the last
I
few were
think it's-
sad.
I'll
weren't they?
I'll let you know. I'll see it before you.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
You
because
get to see Ryan Seacrest hosting it in
You're like
America.
the very first
earlier.
person to see it, right? BC?
Yeah, I think
Both
he-
BC? One of the first?
Yeah, I think we're second, maybe.
Okay. There's
Yeah.
some remote
maybe-
island right next to the international date
Yeah,
line.
I think
yeah.
we're
like
pretty early though.
American Samoa or Guam gets it first, and then New Zealand. But yeah, pretty boring overall. But shortly thereafter, we'll kick into high gear and head off to Yuma to watch BC race some sprint cars, and then
Yeah.
Tulsa to watch some midgets, and then back to Arizona to watch some non-wing sprint cars, and we'll be off and running.
Nice.
I'll be in that cage.
I know.
the cage.
Just sleeping until they release
Sleeping
you.
until I go.
Hey, if you don't understand our jokes, just make sure and listen to all the podcasts. Listen to them
Consecutively.
all in order. Yeah. They're 16, so it'll take you 8 hours to listen to all of them. So instead of watching Sons of Anarchy for an afternoon, 8 hours, put in an 8-hour shift. You're going to have time off for the holidays. Give a full work day
What?
to Byrd Brains.
Well, when you're traveling in the car for holiday visits and going to see friends and family, just
Pass
hop on
the time
podcast
away.
and-
There you go. You're welcome. This is our New Year's gift to you. So
That's how you should splurge.
right? Yeah. just
Yeah, what
pop
is
on
your
YouTube.
splurge? We talked about it, did we?
My go crazy is just like doing stupid stuff. I like going out with a group of people, like to a bar or something. I don't drink, but I'm a bigger idiot than my friends would be drunk while I'm sober. I like karaoke. I like doing improv.
Does it make you feel good, like when you're out with your friends and they're drunk, and it just makes you that much funnier to them?
No, because then it's just like, look, now you're living my world, so now I just feel more normal. Now I'm like, look, now we're all obnoxiously loud in public.
So it's not a self-esteem builder. When they
So
just think
no, it
you're
just makes me
extra super hilarious?
feel like I've entered my world.
Okay.
It's like you've all come into Narnia for a couple of hours. Now we can all run around and eat
You're
Turkish
like,
delight.
You're like Mr. Tumnus.
I don't know if anybody's read that. It was a good reference. Anyway,
Which one, the Mr. Tumnus or Turkish delight?
Is what?
I said you were like Mr. Tumnus.
Oh, thank you,
That was a Narnia reference.
thank you. Yeah.
I can play that game.
Would you say I'm Mr. Thomas? I'm gonna have to read him again. Really see personality check here. I'm going, like I said, going to New York over the next 5 days, seeing some Broadway shows and going to Radio City and seeing some friends and eating a lot, just eating a lot of delicious food. That's how I cut loose, I think. Like I said, I got to eat as much as I can until January 1st because segue, New Year's resolutions. What's everybody going to change and fix and be better at for at least 3 weeks of 2016?
I'm going to lose weight, work out, go to the gym.
Are you really going to try?
Probably not.
No. Are you even going to do? You don't seem like the guy who would ever even do a resolution. Have you ever done a resolution in your whole life? You've never done one?
I've never done one.
Is there anything about your life? Like, I'm not saying are you going to try and change it, but is there anything in your life that you wish you were more of or less of or different?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty there's probably a lot of things Lauren would probably make resolutions for me.
I wish she was here.
I know she would. This would be a great one for her. She'd be like, I wish that he remembered stuff. I wish that he paid more attention.
Oh, well, the New Zealand thing.
Yeah.
If you win in New Zealand, you want to place any wager on that?
No, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to win.
I know. That's why it would be awesome.
It's not on the table again this year.
Not on the
It was
table.
never on the table before.
Well, somebody will put it on the table for you, most likely.
Yeah. So I think that should be a New
You'll
Year's
just
resolution.
rip the tablecloth off, and all the dishes will go scattering.
What about this? If you win all 5 races,
I did it though. It's possible to.
that's what I'm saying.
The odds on it are.
I mean, but things could happen. You know,
no, I know.
And like technical issues, or like a lot of things could go wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's still pretty impressive if you win all 5.
Yeah.
And then it'd be as exciting for Lauren as it would be for you. Just consider it. We'll come back. We'll come back to it at the end and see after you had some time to think about it.
I think what John is saying, he's taking the plunge and he doesn't want to do it alone.
Doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, double wedding, April 2nd.
Get cheaper catering.
That's what I'm saying. We'll each invite half the people. We'll have one venue.
Yeah.
We'll just repeat after each other. I, Bryan Clauson.
Make sure
Bryan Clauson. Wait, no.
Just make sure you say Caitlin and I say Lauren.
Yeah, that's some weird universe. You just married Bryan. I'm like, oh crap. Thanks, Obama.
If we're in a certain state, that won't be able to. It wouldn't be possible.
Yeah,
So,
it's true. State to state. It depends on where we do it.
We are.
We could podcast the dual wedding.
Oh yeah, we could put it on our Periscope.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And we could have a live read during the wedding as well. Like this one from our sponsor, Tilson HR. Tilson HR. As a business owner, you should know that top job candidates will be comparing your benefits package against your competition's benefits package.
Kind of like we would compare weddings if we were having them separately.
That's right.
Right.
So, a benefits package crafted, administered, and executed by Tilson is the first step in taking your business to the next level. To learn more, the website. Visit talktotilson.com. Talktotilson.com.
Talk to Tilson.
.com.
Oh, they always add to it.
.com.
It's so good.
That's great.
It's so good.
So good.
David, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Maybe I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat as Bryan. I just don't know.
We're just so awesome.
2 perfect male specimens.
They don't make them like us anymore.
And
Yeah.
like
Probably
20,
for-
you're 26,
Probably
right?
for a reason.
They don't make them like us anymore. You're younger than me. That's not how it works.
Quarter century ago. Little.
I don't want to to pigeonhole myself into anything. Basically, I know it was kind of my idea to talk about New Year's resolutions in this program. I was kind of hoping somebody else might have something, and maybe I could just play off of that a little bit.
All right.
No, nobody's got anything.
My New Year's resolution is to get married this year. I'm going to try and get married. And so for that, I'd like to...
Probably the first one you've kept, huh? Would have been the first one.
Well,
you've
no matter what. I mean, legally, you can't marry more than one person at a time. So, yeah,
Well, it depends what state you're in.
that's true. That's true. So we couldn't marry each other in Utah, but we could both... either one of us could marry both of the girls in Utah, I think.
I think so.
We could set it up.
Go to Utah. Cool. All right.
It's a new ad campaign for the Utah Convention Visitors Bureau.
Go to Utah.com. Yeah, so I'm going to try and lose like 10, 15 pounds, and I really am. I'm going to try and do P90X. So the next time we meet, you guys are going to have to start asking me to take off my shirt every time so we can see.
No, we're going to tell you to put your shirt back on.
Well, yeah.
Because you're going to be like, seriously, John,
say,
get it.
Honestly,
we get it.
If it works, I will be. I'll be like, hey, guys. You're like, what? You're only wearing shorts, and every time we see you, they get shorter.
It's January.
I want you to compare me to the last podcast. Like, we recorded both of these on the same day. You look no different. But look.
You're like, we're going to stop being a douche and put your shirt back on.
So that's my other resolution. I want to be a douche. That's my goal. My life goal is to be like in shape enough that I'm a douchebag. So that's a good life goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like, is it like your girl or your fiance? Sorry,
Thank you.
your fiance. Like, she okay with it? Because the dad bod's in.
Oh yeah, I think she's fine with what I look like.
Dad bod,
Isn't
isn't
that
that like a
dad bod?
It's like a fad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a thing. Dad bod like doesn't look like a normal guy. You can have some hair on your stomach, and you can have a little bit of a belly or whatever. But that's just who you are.
Dad bod. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's the thing.
David's
Abby
like,
knows that.
All right.
I've been a dad
you're
for
good
like
with this
20
then.
years now.
You're
And I
good
didn't
with
know
this?
this.
Hashtag dad bod.
Hashtag dad bod.
Is it like a compliment? I've known about it, but I'm just.
Wait, you're implying that I have a dad bod and you're ripped.
No.
Look, I'm going to work out. I'm going to be stronger than you. I'm going to wear my sunglasses like backwards.
Oh, yeah. Like, I got eyes back here.
Exactly. Like, oh, man, he's turning into a douchebag already. It's all coming to fruition.
A little early.
Backwards.
It's a little early.
Do you have any resolutions?
I plan on turning 40 this year, so I want to make it to
You
February
resolved
25th.
to turn 40?
Yep. But now I'm back to being good on my John Jubilee transformation experience.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Back on it. This is, well, when you're listening to this podcast, we'll be in the day 30s somewhere of
All right.
88 days. 88 days actually will be February 25th.
Oh, really?
Really?
That's cool.
I
You
did
set
the
it up
math.
like that?
Yeah, it just worked out.
I hope you're wrong on the math. And you're
No,
like, oh,
it's
crap. And you're
November
doing like
30th.
a day early or
Do
late.
it. November 30th. I was in the shower. I'm like, 31 plus 31 plus 25 plus 1. Oh my gosh, that's 88.
Really?
It really
So-
is.
Did you have to do the knuckles to make sure?
Nope.
So you're going to go to Chicago.
Yep.
And you're going to stick?
Yep.
Really?
Explain the John Jubilee system for those people who don't know. Me.
Basically, you don't eat white flour, you don't eat sugar, and
Can you have things that have white flour and sugar in them?
You just can't.
Like in my head, you
it's just
can't
not from the bag.
no?
This is dry.
No, it's just
Kind of mix it into a paste.
It's just you do 10 things, and
yeah, he actually can't talk about it.
really the secret stuff, the secret sauce.
Oh.
But you can say
Like
no white flour, no
Freemasons.
sugar, and
You got to pay to play in that.
yeah. So just doing healthy things that are good stuff for you, and it worked last time. I lost 110 pounds of fat in
Wow.
88 days and 8 weeks. So
Holy
I don't.
cow.
I gained a little bit back. I just want to get back to my fighting weight.
And
He
then
wants
who
he
are
wants
you
to go
gonna fight?
douchebag too. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, so
No,
February 25th, we're going to take our
step
shirts
above-
together?
Well, I don't want
mean,
to
not
really.
together.
Hashtag shirtless podcast.
We don't want a moon landing or anything, but
Who knows? Who knows?
No moonlight. Little splashdown.
Contact in 3, 2, 1. So, what's your goal? Like, if you could look like a celebrity, who would you want to look like physically?
oh, who do I want? I
Yeah,
thought
who
we
you-
I thought we were going who we already look like.
We will, but I was thinking about because I
Okay.
was thinking about the resolutions, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, if mine's working out, and if yours is too, it definitely is a good thing.
Yeah.
Who would you want to look like? And coming to you guys next, if you could look like anybody, who would you want to look like?
Jesus.
He's so hot right now.
Beards are in. Beards are totally in.
Beards
It is
are in.
November. Oh no, wait, it's December. Oh shoot.
It still works.
Yeah,
December.
it's over, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
He's so hot right now.
I also want to be a carpenter, but that's another story.
Right, yeah, I'm no good. No good.
You
man.
also want to die for the sins of mankind.
No, he just wants his house to be done. Remember
remember
For the
last-
whole world.
Yeah, his goal isn't to give the world a Coke or world peace. It's just for the
all
whole
of
world to
them
be able to look at his finished house.
Yeah. Everybody.
One
Come
small
finish
step
my
for
house.
man, one giant leap.
Grab a paint can or a
I
hammer
don't know
and finish it.
who I like. I'm me. All right?
I have this answer.
Yeah,
He can think of it a
can I
little bit.
guess?
Sure. Go for it.
Mario Lopez.
It's almost unattainable,
It
honestly,
is.
though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't have that kind of
I don't have the
time.
bone structure for it,
Or the curly hair.
or the curly hair,
Yeah.
or the dark
dimples.
complexion.
Yeah,
Or the
that's
dimple.
true. That's okay.
I can get a little bit of dimple going. Daniel Craig, James Bond.
Oh yeah. I was just trying to imagine.
That,
yeah.
that would be my goal.
All right.
to look like James Bond.
Boom! I just gave you a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All you need is a tux and a boat and
And Aston Martin,
a gun.
and and Q.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a watch that kills people. Other than that,
Well, makes you think I don't already have one of
Or
those.
just
Sounds
kills
like he's on
time.
there. He's on the right track.
I already have one of those.
Oh, I didn't want to
killer.
talk about it.
All right. But then in terms of, do you have one yet, John? Yeah. No. Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal. I don't know.
Close.
Getting there.
I can see if I squint all the way until my eyes are closed.
in a dark room.
Well, you
Yeah.
do have a podcast. Shaq has a podcast.
Here's the big ball.
podcast.
Oh, come on, guys.
And then I've been told, now I don't know how true this holds, because I've been told there's somebody I look like, and I think it really depends on what time of day and how long my hair is, and
You're really setting this up.
well, I just don't know if I can completely own it.
Who
but
do you-
I've been told that I look like Jason Bateman.
I can see a little bit
yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? To me, you're Jason Bateman mixed with Patton Oswalt.
Oh, come on.
It's your, but am I right? Thank you. JoJo is laughing into her hands and
Oswalt?
clapping right now because it is. It's like,
You're saying that's the humorous part of me, is the Patton Oswalt mix.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
The physical has nothing to do, but you're like your smile and stuff like that. I'm gonna pull up a good picture.
Come on. Patton Oswalt?
Hey, man.
I have been
Dude,
told.
why are you killing? Are you
Not
hurting,
me.
trying to hurt me?
Daggers. Throwing daggers
I mean,
over here.
I bring you down here. I give you fried chicken.
Look, you can't buy my opinion. All right, this isn't some communist country. I speak the truth. Who would you want to look
Birdland.
like? If you could look like anybody. This is basically a game where we're like, what dude do you think is handsome? You realize that, right? Now that I'm talking about it. The answer
I
is,
don't know.
for me is Zac Efron. I think, thank you very much. Like, I'm not ashamed to say it. That dude is a handsome man.
He's a handsome man.
And yeah, physically he's in shape. He's got just beautiful eyes. He's getting weird, isn't it?
Soulful.
That smile, it just never, it just melts
So we
away your
know.
problems.
So we've got Mario Lopez. We have Zac Efron.
yeah, right.
That's your man crush. All right.
I don't even know.
Bromance.
Mm-hmm.
A budding bromance.
I don't know, man.
Who would Lauren? Who's okay?
Yeah,
Who's
that's
Lauren
Who would
like?
Lauren want you to look like? 'Cause that should be your answer anyway.
Uh,
I don't know.
No. Do we-
Want me to text her real quick
Yeah,
and find
you
out?
should.
Yeah, find out.
All right.
if she's not too busy to participate in this.
I'll text her real quick.
All right.
I've been
So
told,
while we're waiting,
I've been told. First of all, yeah, I already said I want to look like Zac Efron, but I've been told a lot that I look, and some people say it more as my personality, that I look like Robert Downey Jr., Iron
I
Man.
see that. Yeah.
And I don't necessarily see it, but I love it.
yeah.
I'm like,
Well, it's no Patton Oswalt, but
that's a whole lot better than Patton Oswalt.
I probably look more like Patton Oswalt.
No, it's your smile. It really is your nose smile part.
my nose smile.
No.
Like from your nose. Yeah. I like when your nostrils flare up like that.
You got a pretty mouth.
Boy.
So have you been told you look like anybody?
I've gotten Seth Rogen before. My hair is curlier and longer.
So like 20 years ago, Seth
Yeah.
Rogen.
Great. Thanks.
Is he
Yeah, you agreed with the Patton
Yeah.
Oswalt,
Yeah.
so it's coming back.
is he
buddy.
closer to Seth Rogen or Shaq?
They're pretty much the same anyway. You know what I mean?
Totally looks like Shaq.
Oh. And Seth Rogen's like, that's what his laugh sounds like. That's my impression.
Abby, what do you think?
Well, I don't want to mess up the doppelgangers, whatever you said, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's why I've asked.
James Lipton?
James Lipton.
James
Is that
Lipton.
inside the actor studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
So you can do James Lipton, and you can interview us as each of our doppelgangers. So that could be a new segment.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a new segment for Byrd Brains right
How
there.
much time do we have left? Oh, we can do it. We have 5 minutes. So for 5 minutes, we have to have James Lipton. Wait, who are you going to be?
I'm still waiting.
We're waiting. We're
I'm still
anxiously
waiting it out.
waiting.
Oh, and Caitlin just said she.
At one point, I'm pretty sure it would have been Zac Efron, but I don't know that it's quite there anymore.
So Justin Bieber now.
For her.
Oh, for her.
Bieber would have been at Biebs would have been before he was like
J Beebs.
before he was
crazy.
Yeah.
Caitlin just texted me back, and she said Jimmy Stewart. I'm telling you, she loves Jimmy Stewart. So I think she just wishes I was taller. That's really what it
And
comes
stutter.
down to. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So
I
I
can see that,
20
yeah.
years,
Yeah.
30 years.
And lose a little more hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
And grow out the beard. Yeah, there's no way that's his real hair at this point. You have to go from a goatee to a full beard. Wait,
I have done that before.
Have you
Full
done that?
beard. Yes. It doesn't look good.
No,
How long
it's-
have you
it's-
had that
it's not
goatee?
good.
It is not good. So the goatee has been around since March of 2005. I grew the goatee in like 03, 02, 03, something like that. And when Dad, my father, was in Phoenix, yeah,
Thanks for clarifying.
Yes. Dad,
My father.
was in John the Bird was in Phoenix, so I could get away with it because I was never allowed to grow facial hair because Dad thought that you'd have to wear a beard net. You can have,
It's because
beard hairs and nose hairs coming, mustache hairs falling into the food.
it looks like pubes when it falls into your food at the restaurant.
But it doesn't fall out, okay? It just does not fall out.
so not allowed.
I want you to have to wear a nose
I saw my
beard.
grandmother, and my grandmother thought my goatee looked really nice. And she told Dad that John Boy's, mustache and his goatee looked really good.
His nickname was John Boy.
John Boy is my
Which
nickname.
Walton were you? I'm trying to remember any of the
I
other
don't
ones'
remember
names.
names.
That's the only name. That's the most popular name.
Grandma.
So
I was more
as
of a
the
Little House on
story
the Prairie
goes-
guy.
As the story goes, I get a
Jim
phone
Bob.
call
Jim Bob was another one.
early in the morning. Dad was in Phoenix, so he was up or even earlier. It was like 8 in the morning here. And I get a thorough screaming about me having a goatee. So I had to shave the goatee. So kind of morbidly, when Dad had his stroke and could no longer comment upon my
Kinda
facial hair,
Kind of like Brian's, luckily, when my dad broke his back story.
I grew the goatee when we were in Maui on our final trip before we had kids. We were in Maui. I grew out my goatee in that in March of 2005, and I've had it ever since.
I hope you don't even like it and you just keep it to spite your father. Like, take that, Dad.
Yeah, I look very, very young. Like I couldn't imagine not having it. I've had it for so long.
He did grow out the beard. When he grew out the full beard, it was,
But I was also like a big
It
roly
was-
poly fat guy too.
it
So I just
was-
looked like, Pillsbury Doughboy, just let it go and just didn't even
So
care.
grow out
Like
the beard. If you're
Michelin?
big, grow a beard, and then it's just perfect for your Sons of
you thought it would
Anarchy
like
gang.
we thought it would like cover the second and third chin, but it doesn't. It just
made like a fourth
accentuated
chin.
it.
Created
Yes.
a fourth chin.
But Abby liked it, but
What if Andrew Luck shaved and turned out he had a real fat neck? How do you know all this time he's doing
He's covered up-
his other chins.
He's covered up his neck tats. That's what he's got.
That's what it is.
He's got
It's
throat
like-
tats.
Like, hey man, it really messes up your image. If you can just grow out a real tacky neck beard, it'll hide it. It's like, all right, cool.
so that is the goatee story that we've been teasing for 3 podcasts now.
For a month.
Weeks.
So tune in.
Was it worth
the
the
beginning
build-up?
of the new year? On the next podcast, we will find out if he's going to be shaving it off. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to 13.
That's right.
That's all you need to know. Listen to number 13.
13 or was
So-
it 15?
It was 13.
So we
was
we
13?
got
Yes.
we got an answer
Oh,
from Lauren.
Yay.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, Justin Timberlake is the best human in the world because he's a gorgeous dude. He's really talented singer, dancer. He's really funny as a performer. He's like a good actor. Like he's good athletically. Like
Bringing on down to Tagoville.
Bring it on down to Plasticville. Exactly. All those different things on SNL.
But can
He's
he
so
do
good.
improv?
Yes, I think he can. That's the thing. I'm like, that's the one thing I'm good at. I'm funny. And then he's funny, too.
So he's a real douche, is what you're saying.
That's why I want to start working out. P90X for 3 months. I'll probably be good at all those things, too.
Absolutely.
I'll start singing songs.
Well, you can sing. You're a jingle writer already.
Well, that's I don't. I was about to give it away again. I'm not giving it away for free. Okay, you can either rewind it or they can keep sponsoring us on number 17, and you might hear it again.
So, Brian, I know you regularly serenade Lauren in the truck when you guys are on the road. Is it ever any JT songs, or is it all country?
Mostly country.
Mostly,
Yeah.
Meaning there is a little.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, I bought,
soulful Barry White.
I bought a new truck in April of this year, and I just took it in, and it's got 37,000 miles on it.
Since April?
Since April. So I mean, there's a lot of road time.
Wow.
So you can't just stick. The highway only plays the same songs every 10 hours.
It's unforgiving.
So you have to change it up a little
You bring
bit.
sexy back?
Yeah.
No, it's Barry White. It's Barry White.
Don't go that far back. Holy Grail is the JT song on the iPod. Holy Grail, and I think there's something else I can't remember.
Mirrors.
No.
Do you go back to NSYNC at all, or is it all
No,
more,
but we do run 90s on 9 and 2000, whatever it is.
Yeah.
90s
Pop
on
UK or
9.
something like
No,
that.
I'm not on the road nearly as much as Brian. I got a new truck. We basically got the same truck. He's got a fancier version because he's a famous race car driver that makes way more money than I do.
Right.
So he can get a fancier version. So I got mine in February.
Must be getting a new contract.
I've got 22,000 miles on my truck since February, and I'm
half
not
as
driving
much.
around the country doing racing.
That's a lot of driving.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a new car, or a car for 18 months, and I've got almost 40,000. So I'm moving, but I'm not catching up with you anywhere.
No,
Hey,
I'll get a new one pretty soon.
probably.
we are out of time.
No.
So that NSYNC reference tells us it's time to say bye, bye, bye. I can't believe everybody did it. That's so dumb. Hey,
for
guys,
that-
thanks so much for listening to number 16 of Byrd Brains with Bryan Clauson. I almost said Santa Clauson again. I'm like, no, he has to shave. He shaved a couple days ago. And then the Byrd Brothers, Jonathan Byrd and David Byrd.
Happy New Year.
And JoJo sliding things up and down. That sounded weird. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Work at the pole.
Thanks so much for listening. We will
Stage 3.
see you in 2016. And as always,
We're very, very sorry.
bye-bye.
I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye, bye, bye.